what we do is on the beach, a lot of the nests are much more vulnerable. So the nest is relocated to the hatchery. This can be done effectively within 5 hours of it being laid. So it involves beach patrols every night, different shifts, to go find the turtles when they lay their eggs and relocate the nest to the hatchery. In the hatchery, they have very high success rates of hatching, like 98% for the most part, 95%. On the beach, it's like 30 to 40% the success rate. Still, there's many odds against them in nature, in the ocean. And it's believed that maybe 1 in 1,000 reach adulthood, but we produce about 8,000 baby turtles a year, so we like to hope that's 8 turtles a year. They're kind of helping to reach adulthood. And it's been 12 years, so that's maybe 80 turtles now that are protected. So this is the Yahe Oko, Diplopterus caverana. We mentioned earlier that the renewal is use the old leaves at the bottom to prune the plant. But when the proper for cooking, the Yahe proper is basically not too old vines, like this big. They're like a bush and they're managed. So they're pruned back. And so when you cut it, you can see the sprouts up pure young shoots, and they receive all the sunlight. And so all these shoots, the young shoots, is what you use. You can use some old leaves, like you can break this right here, this, and get the young shoots and some old leaves. All these you can break them like that and get all those young shoots in this, and they resprout. And that's what's used to cook the yahe, is the young shoots, because it reaches for the sun and for the light, and that's so the experience is more luminous. If you, for the renewal, you want to get out the old stuff from inside and cleanse it. The renewals you would use like this, like prune this old leaf down the ground, prune that back to manage the plant, and with that you vomit for the sunrise renewal ceremony. And so now we've seen all aspects of the Yahe Oko, and it's really beautiful to see, look, all these young shoots here. This is all what's used for the Yahe right here. All these young shoots there. Yeah, young leafy shoots. The Yahe Oko, the Yahe water, or the cicada leaf.
So can you explain a little bit about the different types of the Yahe and the one that's got the 5-MeO in it?
This is a family of the Yahe. This is also the Malpighiaceae, but it's not Yahe, aka ayahuasca. This is Diplopterus caverana. Ayahuasca is Banisteriopsis capi. So it's a different genus, different species altogether, but in the same family as ayahuasca. Ayahuasca, there's a few varieties of this. I've only seen 2 varieties. This is the Yahi, or Wambisa chacruna. It originally comes from Peru, and it's the male one, has a longer, thinner leaf.
So this is charipunga. It's the one of the active ingredients in the Yahe brew, and it's also got 5-MeO DMT in it, as well as NN-DMT. Just had an incredible journey last night. For the first time, I had some Yahe, and I could definitely feel the difference between the NN-DMT. There seemed to be this lighter, crisper, clearer, I don't know, sort of like a high vibration energy to it. And yeah, so the history of the chariponga is it's used by the Secoya or the Secopai people in Ecuador and Peru, and it's said that this information, how to use it, was passed down by the celestial immortals, or the rainbow-coloured people. So yeah, I guess that does show that there has been some history of the use of 5-MeO DMT in the past. I know with the toad medicine that if there has been a history of it, it's been lost. It's only come back out again in the last few decades. But there is a history of 5-MeO DMT in the Yahe brew, and that's been passed down by the celestial immortals, which is, if you've had toad, you'll know what I mean about the celestial immortals, because I've had a few contacts of them in deep toad space. So, thank you.
You know, Dean, another interesting thing is that the Sequoias are very adamant about, part of the tradition is the respect for frogs. And there's different frogs that are considered to be very sacred, and all frogs cannot be harassed for the Yahe drinkers, because they say if someone drinks Yahe and they kill frogs, they can have a dream or a vision where they're walking across a bridge, and then suddenly the bridge turns into a frog laying there like this, and then you fall down and if you and into the river, and if you have that dream or vision, you can run the risk of dying or getting very sick. And so it's interesting, like the paracoco in particular, it's a bufo, but it's it has a little bufo that lives in the forest. I forget the species now. I have it in my book. Paracoco is a straight line down its back, and when the sequoias find this frog in the forest, they'll pick it up and spit on spit like this, and the frog will suck the spit. And they put it down, and the frog hops off and turns around to look back, and it thanks you. And then it hops back to its people that are spirits that protect you. Then those spirits protect you. And then you have a vision too. You have the vision of Parakoko jumping on your chest, and the Yaha vision, and that opens the door to the heaven people. So the Parakoko, they protect the disciples in their visions. And also with that line on its back, show the trail to the heaven people. Which is interesting because I studied the ayahuasca traditions many years, and I've never heard of such an adamant transmission about the frogs, and especially this variety of bufo. And so it's another, interesting piece to the story, because they're using the 5-MeO DMT containing Yahe-Oko, and they also highly value this little bufo frog as a protector of the path to heaven. So so we're getting a little close on different aspects because of 5-MeO DMT and frog veneration as protectors, and as protector, basically the toad as the protector of the trail to heaven.